All right, what's up, guys? How are you? All right, let me just move over to my chair here. So, what's going on, Oops, sorry. What's going on, everybody? Yeah, it's been a couple of minutes since I've done one of these. It's great. It's good to be back. Took a little bit of time off, which was kind of needed. I think we all kind of need some time off here and there for doing stuff. I don't even know where to look for. I don't even know where my camera's at. Uh, that weird? So anyway, oh, it's up there. Okay, got. Oh, that's why it's weird. So I got this upside down. So, anyways, guys, I'm going to welcome you to the new season of Coloring with Jeff. Now, the reason why the camera's shaking like that because I have it in my hand, and pretty soon I'm going to be putting it up on my little what I call goose arm, goose leg, or whatever you want to call it. So that's why it's kind of bouncy a little bit. So, yeah, I mean, this is it's been a long time in the making. I've been trying to get back and do some live streams. I'm glad I'm back. You know, a lot of people have been expressing a lot of love. Thank you for those of you who actually love these and like watching me color. Um, I really appreciate it, guys. That's a nice big kudos. So I really do appreciate that. All right, so this is how this is going to work. All right, that's over there. So unfortunately, I'm probably about 10 feet away from my computer. So this, of course, is a live stream, so you can comment at any time. Every so often, I'm going to stop coloring, and I'm going to kind of just look over like I'm doing now, like I just got one. Yep, just got one. I wish I could pull it up over here. That would be wonderful. Oh, there we go. Oh, hey, what's going on, JP? So I guess I can. I can kind of check, but I'm gonna check every so often. But I have to stop coloring to do that. It only takes me just a few seconds, like you just saw me do. So just kind of bear with me. I'm the only one that's here that's doing this. So there's no other camera operator. So you can kind of, so you can see here. I am completely alone. So I am the camera operator. But yeah, this is going to be kind of a fun season. I plan on doing a few different things this time around. Over the course of the past, oh, I don't know, little while, I've been collecting different kind of papers, 100 pound, 110 pound, watercolor, thin paper, whatever you want to call it, all different kinds of papers. And I've had a lot of people ask me at conventions now that I'm going back to them, what's the best paper to color on, or what's the best paper to draw on? Well, you know what? That's all subject to you, whatever you feel comfortable with. But so I'm going to show you guys kind of some of the papers that I use and also some of the papers that I don't use, just to kind of show you at least what the marker looks like on those papers. So sorry, I'm just checking comments. What else? So the other thing that I'm going to be doing, unfortunately, I didn't have time to do it today, but I'm going to do it next week. I'm going to start doing some giveaways. And one of the giveaways I'm going to do here and there are going to be the actual piece that I'll be coloring. Now, today is kind of a special day, besides, of course, the new season of Coloring with Jeff. But it's also a character that we just introduced in our second comic book, which just launched just, I think, last like 2 weeks ago, Stanley and the Forgotten Forest. So this is our very first villain. And I'm gonna color her up. Excuse me. But I'm going to get her all colored up so you guys can see what she looks like in color, and right there in markers, color. And sorry, checking comments. And I'm going to have her available for you to purchase if you want her. Yeah. And the cool part is, like, if there is anything here that you do like, say like let's say you like the Candy Witch I'll be coloring. You can say, oh my God, I love that piece. Can I buy that piece? Yes, you can. And then you pretty much have like a certificate of authenticity, but a video of authenticity, because you physically are seeing me color it right here, so it's not just a print, a regular old print. So that's kind of cool. It's nice little validation, and you watched it, so that's pretty cool. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. And as I'm coloring, I'm going to kind of I'm going to be talking a little bit. For those of you who've never been here before, that's what I like to do. I like to keep this kind of just a fun atmosphere for everyone to talk and chat and kind of get to know one another every so often. but then also I'm kind of giving you some tips and kind of showing you what I do and how I color with markers, so you can kind of see how I do things and maybe kind of learn some tips here and there. But all right, well, I'm going to flip this video around, so give me 1 second here. And do that, do that. So let me get my finger out of the way. That would help. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started on this young lady. Well, I use that term very loosely with her. You'll find out in a second. All right. So apparently this moved. Didn't mean for it to. All right. You know, because I thought I had this like all set up and everything, you know, the goose neck and whatnot, but apparently I didn't. Here, I'm going to try something real quick here, guys. See if it makes any difference. No, it doesn't make a difference. Okay, I got to do it this way. All right. Well, at the end, I'm going to kind of zoom in a little bit closer, kind of bring the camera right directly on top of the piece so that you can see it better. I don't know why it's doing this. This is very strange. Hold on 1 second, guys. See? All these little bugs that I have to try to figure out. Hey, what's up, Michael? Same old with me. Yeah, so I have to do it. Yeah, I got to do it this way. So I do apologize, guys. It might be a little further away than I care, but I think StreamYard, that's what I use for the videos. I think they kind of switched up their stuff too. So you guys can see that pretty much okay, right? Okay. All right. Okay, so this is the Candy Witch. Here, I'm going to bring her a little closer so you can see her. So this is the Candy Witch. So her first appearance, this is actually the very first villain that I introduced into the comic book world. And it was just in this past book, Stanley and the Forgotten Forest. And the book has only been out about a week and a half, 2 weeks. So you can definitely go to your local comic book store and you can probably still find the book as long as your store ordered it. But this is her, yeah. So this is the Candy Witch. Kind of cool. She's creepy. So I'm going to go ahead and start coloring and I'll kind of tell you a little bit about her and everything. Gosh, I wish I can zoom in closer. There's no way for me to zoom in. I mean, I'm going to, ooh. I'm going to try something here, guys. So bear with me 1 second. I'm going to see if that makes a difference. Oh, yeah. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, yeah, things did change a little bit on StreamYard, so I do apologize for that, guys. All right, now you can see it better. There we go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Kind of tell you a little bit about her and kind of like um, where she. I'm not going to give you too much information because I want you to, buy the book, duh, of course. All right, let me get my handy dandy markers out. All right, here we go. So the first thing that I'm going to work on with her is I'm going to work on her skin tone because there's not a whole lot of skin there. So and always what I do is I always have just like a little piece of paper, off to the side, just kind of like a little scratch sheet so I can make sure that I get the right colors, or at least the colors that I'm looking for. Oops. So let me get the colors. This is always the hardest part, is actually trying to figure out what's going on, like, color wise, trying to get like the exact color. I think this is the color. You know what? I'm just going to use this color. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. So the Candy Witch actually does not eat children. No, 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 no. We're not going to do anything that morbid as of yet. However, what she does do is, because she's a witch, she's not a big fan of people in general. And a lot of witches aren't. So her thing is that anybody who comes around in her area, wherever she is, around her home, her house, she actually turns them into candy. So her whole house is made out of candy. And anybody who tries to lick it, bite it, anything like that, take a big chunk out of it, she actually turns them into candy themselves. And she collects all these different pieces of candy. Now, that doesn't mean that she won't eat them one day. But as you'll see in the book, if you guys either bought the book or you're going to buy the book, you guys will actually see that she has a pretty decent collection of candy. And of course, I had to start getting darker. Awesome. Thanks, Mike. All right, I get her little giblet over here. All right. Now, so I thought of her when I was just working on just random characters. And there's actually a character that I have. She's a witch, but I called her Agatha. Well, at the time that I created her, I wasn't thinking about the Marvel character Agatha. I mean, my character, mine and the one at Marvel are completely different characters. But I kind of thought, I'm like, well, I'm not trying to take what Marvel does, or what and use the characters because people know who they are. I'm not trying to do that. So I just called her the Candy Witch, and I actually do have her, and that's actually how I have her copywritten, is Candy Witch. So those of you who have colored with me before, you know that with me, it's all about layers. Layer, layer, layer. Now I'm just adding more and more layers all the time. But hold on one second. Let me go check the comments real quick, guys. Oh, all right. Okay. All right, I'm back, guys. I'm back. All right. All right, I'm gonna grab my. See, this is always the problem with markers. It's completely different coloring than, of course, when you're coloring digitally. Digitally, there's like, I don't know, there's like a million different ways, like a million different colors you can use. And with markers, you're kind of limited unless you start creating your own, which of course I have done. But it just kind of makes it a little difficult because I'm trying to hit the kind of at least what she looks like. All right, I'm going to go with this color. Just kind of see how it goes. Oh, yeah. Because if you guys would actually see where I'm at, I'm actually pretty far away from the coloring, like the ARToon itself, one that I'm coloring. Because normally, I kind of put my head down a lot closer to the piece, but I don't want to bang my head on the phone. So So every week, I'm going to be going live, and as of right now, I'm going to kind of stick to right around this time, like the 4 o'clock time. I think I said before 6, but I kind of figured that might be a bad time to go, mainly because well, I should say fortunately, people are coming home from work, um, and or they're already sitting down for dinner. So I kind of thought, well, maybe I should go a little bit earlier. Maybe that would help. So that's why I said right now, we'll just kind of go with this. We'll just kind of see how we'll see how it goes. If the times change, believe me, I will be telling you. Usually I have music on, but sometimes when I play the music, it kind of gives Facebook and Facebook and YouTube kind of have cows. And it's like I have permission to actually play the music. I actually have the rights to it. But don't want to get into a fight. It's not worth it. Not worth it. All right, I'm going to my finer tip because now that I'm going to do her hands here, do this way. Yes. Yeah, that's the great thing about these markers. It's like, there's a couple different tips. There's actually a marker that I saw that actually had 3 different tips. You can just change it out. I thought that was kind of cool. I mean, if you're doing something like this, it might be kind of time consuming because I think you had like unscrew it, screw it back in, then you had to like adjust. It was just kind of a little tedious, but at the same time, it was really kind of cool. Okay. I sometimes make sound effects. I noticed that when I've been coloring every so often, like choo 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 choo. So if you guys haven't already, please go and get your copy of Stanley and I said Stanley and the Friendly Ghost, Stanley and the Forgotten Forest. It is our second comic. I'm very excited about it, but I'm even more excited about the third comic coming out, which is also going to be horror or Halloween based, but that's next year because that is going to be my writing debut. Yeah, so I can actually add that to my repertoire. Colorist, creator, and now writer. So it's kind of neat. We'll go check the comments. I'll be right back, guys. Thanks, Kevin. So So this paper, speaking of paper, so this paper that I'm actually coloring on is what I use for everything. It's what I use for the ARToons. It's what I use for the hand colorings. This is the 80-pound bright white matte paper. So it's very smooth, not silky, but it's extremely smooth. I love it. When the marker goes on, it dries, of course, right away. And depending on your marker, it'll just kind of fan out and it'll spread and it really give you a cool watercolor effect. I like it. I think it's kind of cool, but that's me. But it definitely is my my all-time favorite. Don't think. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, good. As you can see, it's just going over the same thing over and over and over again. Because as I just said, the markers, they don't have every single color I'm looking for, so you have to kind of make your own. Make your own colors. I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't go on with that. Sorry about that. Got a little stuck a little. So the Candy Witch that's in the book actually was supposed to have pink hair because I wanted it to look like cotton candy. But then I sat back and I looked and I'm like, that might be a little too much. So I didn't do it that way. However, I think I'm going to color her here with some pink hair instead of gray. Yeah, have some fun with it. Then this is the biggest reason why I love coloring. You can just, oh, sorry guys, you can just have fun. I mean, just have fun. You can do whatever you want to do, use all the different colors you want. That's what I love about this. Kind of like when you were a kid, you just kind of started, you just picked up like a coloring book and just, even though it might have been like a robin or a tree, you just used your own imagination and you color that any way you wanted to. I find coloring just the same exact way. Like coloring this stuff, the same exact way, just very relaxing, have fun with it. There's no right or wrong answer. Oh, got some comments. Hold on one second again, guys. I know, sorry about that. JP, her skin tone is it's kind of grayish brown, with a little bit of like an olive green in there. So it's a really funky color that I gave her on purpose. If you look at the book, you can definitely see that it's a kind of a funky color, and I wanted that because I didn't want traditional brown. I'm sorry, traditional, white skin tone. I didn't want her 100%, African American. So I kind of blended everything together and just kind of made her this really cool looking skin tone. So yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. And Kevin, thank you. Just have fun with it. I caught that, Kevin. I caught that. All right. Let me grab this here. Get her gums. Yeah, she's one of those pretties that her gums show all the time. So here I'm definitely making her look, pretty witchy. And her eyes are two different colors. So one is green and one is like a tan color, or blue. I'm sorry, blue, and the other one's kind of like a tan color. So that was always fun. That was kind of fun to actually do. This one is blue. And the other one all the way on the other side. Come on, Jeff. Here's your strength. This tan. No reason to do that. Just like, what the heck? Why not? All right. So now I'm going to grab, I got to make sure I grab the right. I'm going to work on her. This is not what I wanted. No, not what I wanted. Now I'm going to work on her hat. No. You know how sad it is when you have so many different kind of black markers? You have jet black, you have regular black, you have warm black, you have dark black. It's like, what? Are you kidding? Why can't black just be black anymore? It's weird. But again, if you know how to use it, you know, those colors, it actually really looks cool. It can really enhance any piece that you're working with. Now, make sure, there we go. Had to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. Whee! Now, normally I would say don't use just black if you're coloring something black. Normally I would say that. And, you know, and the same rule kind of applies with this too. But you'll see what I'm going to do in a second. I'm not just going to make it a black hat and call it a day. I'm going to add a little highlight on there so you can kind of see that it is a different, kind of like a different color. And I'm going to check my comments in a second, guys. Let me just get the hat done. So what do you guys think? Is this a good time to go live, do you think? I'm just gonna ask that question now. And I'm leaving my little highlights there like I would normally do. Remember, I'm leaving all those little white streaks. You see that I just didn't color there on purpose? Right where I'm leaving all those is where I'm going to put that extra color in her hat. Because you're probably thinking, how are you going to add an extra color using black? Aha. Well, I will tell you, my little grasshopper, in just a second. You know, I have never said that before in my life. Aha, my little grasshopper. I've never said that before in my life until today. All right. Let me go check the comments real quick, but I got the black at least done. Ooh, a few comments. Oh, Kevin, I'm sorry. I completely forgot to answer this question. The best way to avoid overlapping, you're always going to, always. What I use, I don't use a blender. I actually just go right over it with marker because I wanted to give it like that sketchy look, kind of give it like that sketch. But there's a lot of people that actually like that more realistic look. So depending on what marker brand you use, there are different kind of blender, like actual blender markers you can use. I know like Blick Studio has one, um, Copic, whatever, potato, and then the Prismacolor I know has one. I know about those three. I don't know about anybody else. I think even Crayola has one. Honestly. All right, this is the marker I wanted. No, but this is the marker that I wanted for here. But you're always going to have, because you're using markers, they're always going to streak, no matter what. And for me, I don't mind that at all. Not at all. I'm trying to find the right marker here, guys, so forgive me. There we go. So now what I just did, what this is supposed to actually emulate is just kind of like a shine. So like the shine is going from the highest, like the lightest, the brightest shine, and just kind of fading into like a dark. And Kevin, that kind of goes in exactly what you said. So you see with me, you see those hard lines. That's actually what I want. I want that with all the pieces that I color, because again, it kind of gives more of that sketchiness. And that's just what I like. And a lot of people, they'll take those lines and they'll take the blender, which I think I actually have one. Yeah, the colorless blender. This is oh, there we go. This one is actually from Prismacolor. So it looks just like a regular marker, and then you just keep going over and over. I'm not going to do it. You just keep going over and over and over and over all of that until it just starts smoothing out. But for me, it never worked out. So I just kind of gave up on it altogether. Oh, crap. So see now that highlight, that big shine that I put on that white that I didn't color in. So now, instead of it just being white, just like boom, like right there, I just added a little bit of gray to it just to kind of tone it down a little. All right, so now I'm going to work on her hair. All right, that's fine. I gotta find the right color. Betty, stop. First time my dog is having a cow for some reason. That's not it. Oh, no. Is this what I wanted? Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. All right. So I'm gonna just color in her entire hair pink. There are so many different ways that you can actually color this in. I'm going to leave it up to you, however you want to physically color it. I know there's one of my friends actually likes to go like side by side. Another one likes to go up and down. I have a friend of mine that just likes to do circles. Any way your heart desires, you go right ahead and do it that way because it's your piece. Candy Witch doesn't care. All right, so now take a little bit darker. Ooh. Okay. My phone did ring for a minute. All right, so take a little bit darker. You guys are probably like, oh, look at Jeff, he just lost his mind. No, what I'm doing is kind of the same thing that I would normally do, like if this was white hair. Everything that's on this side of the hair, I'm going to leave that lighter color. The inside is going to be like a darker pink. What did I do? Oh, there we go. You'll see. There we go. Now you can see it a little bit easier than I was doing. Yeah. And you know what, Kevin? Just like Bob Ross said, there's no mess ups, just happy accidents, or something to that effect. That man was a genius. I think I gotta get a different marker. Let me see if I can if it'll hold out. One more side here. I think it will. See, like here with the hair, having streaks, that's totally fine. It's like hair. So this weekend, guys, I don't know if anybody out there watching this is in the Milwaukee area, but this weekend I'm going to be at the Milwaukee Comic Con. So if you're in the area, stop on by and say hi. We're going to have a huge setup. Huge setup. All right. All right, so now I'm going to work on her dress. That's not it. Ooh. Ooh, that's definitely not it. Now this is the hard part, trying to find the exact color that I need. Because her dress is like a grayish blue. Trying to find that exact color might be kind of a pain in the butt. Got all my little piece of paper over here, as you see, is getting kind of full. Trying all these different markers. Yeah. All right. See, this used to be the color. I don't know why it's not working now. Very strange. Well, I might just have to change the color a little bit. How do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that? All right. So actually, oh, you know what? I just found the color. And then I add another layer onto here to kind of give it that gray look. So actually, I just found it. Wow, look at that. Okay, note to self, Jeff. Light periwinkle. Now, one thing that's kind of important to remember is when you are coloring, kind of go in the same, like, always color in the same direction. So as I said earlier, I have some friends that just color in all different kind of ways. One that goes up and down, one that goes side by side, one that goes in circles. If you're gonna go like on her arm, if I were to just if I started going in circles and then I went side by side, you're gonna have way too many streaks in there. And then unfortunately, then you'd have to do a lot of blending in order to get rid of those streaks. So try if you can to color in one direction. Because then your eye just won't be drawn to, oh, look, I made a mistake. You know? And by the way, Kevin, I think it was Kevin or JP, one of the two, like, where's my happy squirrel? Well, that would be Stanley. And he's probably going to be showing up next week. So on my YouTube channel, I'm actually going to be updating a lot of things up there. Videos, of course, is one big thing I'm going to be trying to upload because I want to do more and more videos. So I have to try to get a lot more subscriptions as I possibly can. And once we start getting our animations done, I'm still putting the team together. Once we actually get our animations done, that's where I'm going to be putting our animations, our shorts. So if you're watching me right now on YouTube, thank you. If you're not, please subscribe to my channel. YouTube and Facebook are my two places, my go-to places, like for doing videos. So either or is perfectly great. But just the more subscriptions that I get on YouTube, they let me do a lot more things. All right. Boop. Go. A little bit over here. There we go. Isn't she ugly? I'm really making her look witchy. Oops. All right. What are you? You are 50%, and I think that's exactly what I wanted. No, I think I want to. Well, let's try. Oh, nope, that's exactly what I wanted. So now the shadows for her here on her clothes, I'm using a 50% cool gray. Ow. Just kicked my desk. Okay, that's what I messed up on. Well, I didn't really mess up, but so I'm gonna go check the comments real quick. If you guys have any questions, I'm gonna go check those out. I think the reason why it went kind of a little wonky there with the sound is because I was talking from further away. So yeah, it just kind of sounds like I'm in a fishbowl. Sorry about that, guys. I'm here. Now for the blurriness, oh, it's either my phone or something. It's not, I don't know. Okay. Right. Okay. So I'm gonna put my light on real quick, guys. So let me go plug it in real quick. Now that it's getting darker faster. We have light. We have light. Okay. I know. Sorry for all the missteps, guys. There's just, unfortunately, like I said, I'm just doing this all by myself here, and it is really difficult to try to keep everything somewhat together, especially when everything is like 15 feet away, or like 8 feet away, 10 feet away from you. I'm making it work. I would love it if someday I just had like this amazing office space where I had like a little spot that I can do these videos, and everything I need is like right there within reach. Oh, that'd be perfect. It'll happen. It'll happen. Okay. So I'm not going to do completely everything in the piece for right now. Definitely going to work on. I'm going to finish her up. There's my, and then maybe just another, maybe a couple pieces I might work on in the background just to kind of have her stand out a little bit. Ah, I think this is the one. No, well, I'll use it though. Oh yeah, there we go. So much nicer when you can see. So I'm gonna give her a gold buckle. Ooh. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. We're gonna give her some ugly nails. She is in dire need of a manicure. So this little rope actually right around her plays a big part in the book. And again, you gotta read the book to find out why. So just a forewarning, my dog is going to go nuts in just a couple of minutes. Brandon's about to walk in the door. So if it gets really loud, I do apologize because it will get loud. Because my dog is loud. Oh, I can't ever find the right one. There we go. And the stick that she's holding is actually not a stick. It's actually licorice. Black and white licorice. And my dog's about to go nuts. Oh, he's actually being pretty quiet. That's a shock. So her wand actually has another kind of a big thing in the book, kind of a bigger part. Yeah, she is a candy witch, so she's got to have something candy. So her wand is actually a piece of candy. All right, so guys, I'm going to finish off right there because normally I try to do these. I try to keep them like an hour, so I'm actually within the hour time frame. So I'm going to take this off real quick here so you can check this out. Plus, my phone is yelling at me. No, there. Sorry. Plus, my phone is yelling at me that I have to go charge it as well. So I apologize for that. Yep, 5%. So I'm going to do this real fast. Kind of check this out. All right, guys, if we get cut off, I do apologize, but thank you so much for checking this out with me. I look forward to seeing you guys next week at 4 o'clock right here on either YouTube or Facebook, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know there were some quirks, some little things here and there, but I want to get those all fixed up by next week. So thank you again, guys, and you guys have an awesome one. Thank you so much again.